Fuck you, Odessa.
Odessa, I think there's someone at the door.
Hey, look, man, we don't want your cookie, so... Oh. Hey, Odessa, did you order a giant glass block? Odessa, this glass is exquisite. You gotta come check this out, man. Whoa, man, be careful now. Remember, it's still glass. I wish you knew just how badly I hate you. So we've all seen glass, and we all know how glass works. It's very fragile, but it's translucent, transparent. You can see through it, usually. And it's a beautiful block of glorious refined silica. But what if you could break it like you do in real life? I mean, we've seen broken glass before. In fact, I will put a video in the top right corner. This is a mini-mod showcase, by the way. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Sorry I took Sunday off, just wasn't really in the mindset to do a video, if you know what I mean. But now I definitely am, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at exactly what this is. This is the Procedural glass mod made by MEE, my man. The dude, the myth, the legend, everything. You know what he does. He makes a lot of procedural things. Recently he did the procedural terrain, which I'll put in the top right corner as well. Pretty much have a glass block. And this texture, by the way, normally doesn't look like this. It has a cool refraction material design. You can go ahead and type this command in right here. I'm gonna go ahead and make it 0, and you'll see exactly what it looks like normally. So this is what you'll normally see. Pretty basic. But now let's talk about some of the upgrades that you get for this new mod, because the original one was flawed. It can only do, I think, about 2 pieces at a time. This one can do a lot more, and it'll actually break where you hit it. And the procedural part is going to be the pieces that it makes. It's going to, well, differ every single time you hit it. Kind of like real glass. You can never really predict how it's going to crack. Well, same with this one. And you can make way more than 2 pieces at a time. In fact, there's so many pieces you can make that there's a bit of a lag warning. If you do too many of these, you'll definitely have lag issues. So definitely be cautious of that, but for the most part, you should still be okay. So you can definitely see I've well broken a lot of pieces here. In fact, there's probably, I don't know, I'd say like maybe 40, 50 pieces here already. And it gets even more insane. I can already hear my computer GPU fans starting to ramp up, so we know things are getting real. So yeah, this is all cool and everything, but I think it's a lot more fun with the material activated, because now when we spawn it in, look at that. Kind of reminds me of the water mod, if you know what I'm saying. But there's a lot of cool different materials here. We got a small block, a medium, and a large block. We also have different thicknesses. So here's thickness 1, 2, and 3. Again, small, medium, and large. And we even have some thin glass, if that's more your style. Thin glass is pretty fun, because when you really just run into it, you can just feel the impact immediately. And by the way, guys, yes, you can pick up each individual shard. That's why this gets so damn demanding, because these are all pretty much different props that are being rendered at the same time. So let's go ahead and push this to the maximum. We're going to just break the glass like mad, and we're going to see how much it takes to finally get us to lag. I'm surprised we're not lagging yet. Honestly, this is really crazy to me. Let's go ahead and just crack a few more of these though, and the lag is already starting to come in. Be careful with these giant pieces, because they can... Oh, okay, what the hell was that all about? The pieces can definitely do some damage, so yeah, and by the way, I'm not playing as Charpo. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a fully complete glass mod if you couldn't turn things into glass yourself. Like, maybe this washing machine, you could simply turn it into glass. Now, it's not going to look completely perfect, it's just going to have kind of the general shape, but you can break it, and it's going to act just like the rest of the glass in this whole pack. Now, unfortunately, this does not work on NPCs. Oh, how I would have loved to turn Odessa into glass. Or maybe even a giant block. In fact, I think this is bigger than the block you get from the actual glass rewrite. Let's go ahead and try this. Yeah, look at that. The other unfortunate thing is it does not have the material that this one has. So this one has a beautiful, pretty looking refracting material. This one is basic. We gotta fix that right quick. So right now I'd say my FPS is maybe 40, 30. And you'll notice that the more we break, I mean, look at all these pieces. It just looks so cool. Now we're getting about like 2 frames per second. There's one good thing though. You don't have to undo all the pieces you've made. Simply press Z and it'll delete the entirety of the last block you had out. So, as you can see, I only had to delete a few things and we're back to good again. By the way, you can also summon this piece, which is 100% fragile. Don't know what that means, but you can see it breaks on a whim. And, wait, actually, can we, like... Oh. So this is a really good demonstration of the mod. If I hit in this corner, it'll actually break in the corner, and that's where all the fracturing will start. If I start down here, it starts down there. So we can see it's a lot more realistic than the original one. And apparently this affects the physics of all glass-based objects already in Garry's mod, which means you don't have to actually summon any of these. You could probably just find glass somewhere in like Half-Life 2 and enjoy the more realistic physics. Honestly though, ME, he always creates amazing stuff that pushes the Source engine to its limits and maybe even a little beyond its limit. But the fact that he's doing that is fantastic, and I think it's super creative. I'm really loving the stuff he's doing. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm a bit of a ME fanboy. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think glass breaking is interesting and neat? If you do mess with this mod, let me know some interesting things that happen, because you could definitely get some interesting scenarios. Like, for instance, sometimes when I drop this, it won't break. But for some reason, it's breaking every time now that I'm recording. Overall, I think it's going to surprise you how this glass acts. It's not your typical kind of glass. It's pretty durable for the most part. But does it float? Yes, it actually does float. But as always, guys, leave a like, subscribe. My shorts channel is in the top right corner. Definitely check that out. It's a fun new channel where I upload short mod content. But as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, farewell.